Hello and welcome to Movies with My Dad, the podcast where I, film critic Tina Kakadelis, take my dad Stratis to the movies. This week, we saw The Long Walk, directed by Francis Lawrence, starring Cooper Hoffman, David Johnson, and Mark Hamill. Join us on the spoiler-filled car ride home.
Hey, Tina.
Hi. Okay, you're too peppy for what we just did.
Well, I was going to say welcome back.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while.
Where'd you go?
Toronto.
Why did you go to Toronto?
Just to see a couple movies.
Oh, come on.
I went for the film
put it out
fest.
there.
I went to TIFF.
Toronto International Film Festival.
That's the one. TIFF.
How many films did you watch at TIFF? TIFF.
They jokingly called it TIFF because it's the 50th.
Oh.
Happy TIFF.
Oh, cute. Okay.
It was not. 30-some?
30-some in 3 days?
4.
Oh, slacker.
Deeply unwell. You want me to watch 10 movies a day? Either way, it's
like that's
deeply
anything
unwell.
different than normal.
10 movies, Dad.
I know.
Next to
who
impossible.
was the biggest celebrity you came across while there?
I saw Amanda Seyfried. That was huge for me as a Mean Girls lover.
No idea who that is.
Oh my God, she's Karen from Mean Girls.
Nope.
She holds her boobs and she says there's a 30% chance it's already raining, and it's raining on her. Okay.
I don't remember it, but it's a great line.
All right. Well, Amanda Seyfried, saw Guillermo del Toro.
That's kind of a biggie.
Yeah, he was very cool. Didn't love his movie, but what are you gonna do? I fear I'm gonna have to endure it again for you. So.
Not that I know what it is. Oh wait, it was something
Frankenstein. Mary Shelley's.
All right, is that the highlights? Where do people find your reviews for?
What are we doing? What is this promo?
I don't know.
What is happening? You just don't want to talk about the movie that you chose.
I chose.
You booked this.
I did book it, but that doesn't mean I chose it.
You also selected it. There were other options tonight.
Fine, I chose it.
Okay, what movie did we see, Father?
I'm going to say the wrong name, so why don't you just say it? The Long Walk?
Yeah, that's what it's called. They were walking.
I know.
And they walked for a long time. It's not difficult.
What's the premise of the movie, Tina?
They'd be walking in the worst shoes imaginable. Everyone who was showing up in Converse.
All right, well, give a little back. So we're dealing with Stephen King, dystopian future post-war.
Great War. Saying.
And it's sort of the Hunger Games.
Directed by the guy who did the Hunger Games.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm, Francis
Before
Lawrence.
the Hunger Games was ever written, right?
Well, yeah, it's...
Well, I don't
Stephen
know
King.
Well, I don't know who wrote the Hunger Games and if it predated Stephen King.
Suzanne Collins wrote it. She was inspired to write the Hunger Games because she was flipping through the TV channels and saw coverage of, I want to say, like the early 2000s Iraq War, and then went to like a reality TV show and was like, the duality of these things is terrible and interesting, and then wrote the Hunger Games.
So that's actually a good duality here, right? Between the Hunger Games and the Long Mile. The Long Walk. Yeah, I want to say mile for some reason.
Because they'd be walking miles, which I have some issues with the logistics of this film, but it's fine.
Okay, one word to describe it?
Walk.
Really, that's it?
What?
That's all you got?
Bleak?
Oh, interesting.
What?
I'm going with masterpiece.
Okay.
No?
I liked it.
It was phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
This is, if everyone doesn't get an Academy Award...
Okay, well, let's
right,
get the bar. Nobody's getting an Academy Award for this movie.
Absolutely.
No. And I say that as loving the performances. But this is
was
not the
a horror movie.
I didn't say that.
I know, but I feel like horror movies never get Academy Awards.
Okay, yeah, but this is just not getting an Academy Award. Sorry.
They're wrong.
Okay, well, that's a whole
Your critics are wrong.
Critics aren't in the Academy.
That's true.
So, I'm fine. But I agree. Do you know who the lead white boy was? Who his father is?
We don't have to bring in race, do we?
There were I would say there were two lead guys.
There were two leads.
But one of them has a wonderful father.
In real
Who
life?
is no longer with us, yes.
Oh,
An incredible actor father.
Now that you say that, I have a picture of what's his name? He was in a Batman movie too, right?
Maybe. I don't know the Batman.
Huffman? Seymour Huffman?
Yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Look at that. I recognize faces. I didn't know he had a kid.
Cooper Hoffman is his kid. I think he is amazing.
So was the other kid.
Do you know who the other kid was?
I have no idea.
Yes, you have. You've seen him in a movie. Remember last year we saw the new Alien movie?
Yes.
And the main girl had the robot.
Yes.
The synthetic. He was the synthetic.
Okay, I sort of remember that.
David Johnson.
His performance in this was phenomenal.
Incredible. And then the douchebag with the long hair.
Which one? There were so many of them.
The long-haired boy. The beach blonde
American
who's taking
Indian?
the picture. No, who's taking the pictures? The
real
douchebag.
Yes.
I love him. That's Charlie Plum. I love him.
They were all phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Incredible group of young actors. It's really great.
I almost feel bad there were no women walking, so they could have had an opportunity.
Judy Greer was there.
Who?
Judy Greer?
Who's that?
What? The Ma.
Oh, I didn't know her.
Oh
I
my
don't know her
God,
name.
the disrespect.
I don't know her name.
One of the greatest character actors of all time. My goodness, she is the best friend in every rom-com, and she's so good at it.
Gee, I can't imagine why I don't know her.
Oh, that is so disrespectful. You knew that it was Mark Hamill, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Did you hear the girl behind us be like, oh, that was Mark Hamill?
Really? Oh, God. I mean, it wasn't a lot of a role for him.
I mean...
But I thought that was the best role I've seen him in a long time.
That is disrespectful. He was just in The Life of Chuck, and you loved him in The Life of Chuck.
Life of Chuck.
Oh my gosh, the movie that you said was the best movie you've seen all year.
You know, I have a real problem remembering
Oh my gosh.
We
take 2 weeks off when I'm in Canada, and all of a sudden. The one about the guys, Chuck. It starts off and it's like, thanks for 37 great years, and it's weird and the world ends. And then you go back in time and he's dancing. Mark Hamill is the grandfather. You said it was the best movie of the year?
I don't remember Mark Hamill in it. Sorry, Mark. Mr. Hamill.
Oh, okay. Unnecessary,
I
but fine.
I don't have the familiarity with him.
For sure.
Easy for me to say.
Okay, so you thought this was a masterpiece. I would have thought that you wouldn't like it because you don't like the Hunger Games movies, and this is just the Hunger Games movies, but they walk.
Because this was real. The emotions were real. The interplay between the characters, the storyline. I thought this is everything that you're supposed to have in a camaraderie film. Well, I mean, it really was. It was.
I mean, yes. Yeah.
How they all interacted with each other and how they start off as, not friends, turn into friends, and turn enemies, into the all aspects of humanity show up in there. All aspects of your high school career show up in there.
Your high school career?
Yeah, because there's always, that kind of kid, this kind of kid, that kind of kid,
yeah.
In that sense.
Yeah. I agree. And I think that it was good that it didn't spend a lot of time trying to explain to us how we got to this long walk. Like how the world
No, that
broke.
wasn't the important part.
Exactly. I agree. I think a different movie would have spent a long time like setting up the world building for this. But I don't think it was necessary. I think the emotional connection between all of these boys was the heart of the film.
I would like to know how much of the interactions and obviously not the dialogue, maybe some of the dialogue, was pulled right from Stephen King's novel.
I'll let you know. I'm waiting on it on my library app.
Because if he wrote this anywhere close to what the performance here was, I'm really sorry I never read it before.
I think this was like before his Coke era.
Excuse me?
Like, Stephen King famously was like out of his mind on drugs and alcohol for like a good chunk of it. That's why there's the child orgy scene in it.
I as we all know, have avoided horror movies pretty much.
No, nobody who has adapted it has put it in because it's psychotic.
No, just in general, I've avoided horror.
It's a book.
I avoided horror books, horror movies. I'm not a fan.
Well,
but this was a masterpiece in the story and the interactions. I was moved. Obviously, moved from the performances and the story.
Yeah.
I do wonder. Do you know any backstory of this?
What regard?
Why he wrote this any of his?
I do believe, like I said when we were walking in, I think he wrote this under a pseudonym, and it was before he was known as Stephen King.
So Stephen King is probably 15 years older than me, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, he was famous when I was as a teenager, so unless he wrote like when he was 18 or something, which he probably did. But
well, I mean, I do think that there was like maybe it was his.
So that's not where I'm going with that is. So he's a bit older than me, which means this felt like a reflection of post-Vietnam.
It does. I think it probably was.
This was very much like the what I always remember watching the war movies of these random guys that come together that they don't know each other, they form a unit and they're there for each other, and then showing the stupidity of war.
Yeah.
Sort of like this was an option to say war in Vietnam was bad without saying it directly and causing the right wing to get all upset at the time. There wasn't a right wing. Well, I guess there was, but the people that were pro-Vietnam and wanted more of that war.
Beautifully said.
Yeah, sorry, I petered out there at the end.
I agree. I think, but you have complained in the past when people don't just outright say things, and now you're praising this movie for not outright being a critique on war itself, because it's not.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's true. I have said that.
It's not. It's more subtle.
But the critique of war was in the background. It was really the relationships between...
No, because the whole premise is the critique of war. The whole premise is that they are given this fake choice, which you could argue...
Going to war is a fake choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're forced into it because there's
Especially if they're
literally nothing else.
Outside your door shooting at you. Right. Get on a plane, go halfway across the world and shoot at somebody else's door. Right.
Exactly. I thought that was I would have liked a little bit less swearing, but then I remember they're 18-year-old boys, and I was like, okay, fine. Because they were dropping the F word so much.
I think if you were in that situation,
I'd be swearing too. And that's why I kept having to reminding myself, like, okay, things
you
are
noticed
bad.
It and bothered you? I didn't even catch that at all.
It just reminded me of like being in high school and everyone learning how to swear for the first time. And
that's middle school, come on.
Maybe, but you get more pizzazz
proficient
with it. Yeah, you start using it more prolific in high school, and I kept reminding myself, like, oh yeah, they are like 17, 18 years old. They are just gonna keep swearing like
and
this.
Great characters. I mean, you got so much of who those people were, all of them.
Yeah,
right.
And because I think these guys are some of like the best young actors working. I love them. That's why I wanted to see the movie. I could take or leave the premise didn't excite me because how do you make walking interesting? I wanted to see it because of them. I saw the actors attached and I said, yes, that's what I want to see. But I do think that there were points where the walking was a little slow.
3.1 miles per hour.
I thought it was just 3.
Just 3?
A flat 3.
Just a flat 3.
But they for cushioning, they did 3.1.
All right, so we've established this is a deep movie with some hard things to watch and to listen to. Mm-hmm. I heard this on the radio or something just the other day, the marketing campaign for
You didn't hear it on the radio. I told you. I'm sick of this.
Oh, you did. But I also heard it on the podcast I listened to. I did forget where it came from. Fair enough. Okay, stop it. Hey, I can't remember what I watched 2 weeks ago. You want me to remember that? Mm-hmm. So that's just wrong. I guess we should say what it is.
That they set up a whole... I'm very curious where they did this.
I mean, who was the marketing genius that said, let's pull out the first rows of seats in a movie theater
and slap... I think they pulled out the whole thing. I think they must have done it somewhere else, not a movie theater, and they just put a screen up. But you had to walk...
Oh, I heard it was in the movie theater.
But how... It wasn't... Anyway,
so they put treadmills up in the front of the movie theater, and you had to walk at 3 miles per hour.
The whole movie.
Or you got kicked out. That just is wrong.
On the one hand, dystopian. On the other hand, I would like the option to go to a movie and to have because as somebody who sits around watching movies all day, I would sometimes like the option to have a treadmill.
Yes, but but you shouldn't make light of it. I'm shocked that the director or Stephen King, he's the producer, right, even allowed such a thing to be made or done.
Yeah, I do.
Just trivializes it.
I do fear that we are like a month away from Mr. Beast doing this online. I mean, we already have the Mr. Beast games. Like, I feel, I mean, this was written probably like 40 years ago, and it is just like kind of sad how like prescient King was in writing this, in how we have made a real life Squid Game and made that a real show, and how we are just making all of these supposed shortcuts to economic security instead of actually putting in the meaningful effort to change things.
Wow.
What?
Well, you were dropping some serious thoughts there, Tina.
I mean, I just think that it's an inherent American problem with like the nature of game shows and how we've gamified 90% of the entertainment that we consume.
That is true. Wait, hey, you're a chief consumer of that.
What?
You're the fault of it.
Me?
Yeah, dating shows, cooking shows, all of that is the gamification. I'm a sitcom guy.
Oh my gosh.
There was no gamification of sitcoms.
I think this world's broken. I think that we should start another one. But that's not how things get fixed. The whole point is you have to fix it. You can't run away.
Why are you trailing off as you say this?
I'm tired.
I don't have a lot of hope for the future generation if you're like...
No, because it's
what, did you want it handed to you from the previous generation? We gave you such a great world.
Oh, yeah, you did. I loved growing up in the way that I did. In the shadow of the world that I did. No, I think that there are two options of you accept it and you feel depressed that you can't change anything, or you accept it and you feel a little sad, but you keep walking.
I like that.
Thank you.
Keep walking.
What did he say? Petey, my guy Pete. He said, "Hell if I don't try."
I kind of figured the other what's his name?
No idea.
Gatry?
Gattery?
Gattery, something like that. I figured he wasn't going to make it.
Oh, yeah, no.
I figured Pete was going to make it.
Okay, so now that we've established that, whatever, I got some issues. No way did they walk 300 some miles without sleeping over 4 days. Insane.
I think that's not
I would
insane.
like to look at math to see that.
Math.
Number 2, no way nobody was chafing or bleeding.
Oh, sure.
Sorry, our main guy was wearing a white t-shirt. You're telling me, I'm just going to say it, marathoners and their nipples bleed. I've heard about it. They fall off. Where was that? You're going to show me somebody pooping, but you're not going to show me a nipple falling off?
So, having run 4 marathons,
yeah,
that does happen.
Exactly. He was wearing a white shirt. I should have seen some blood. But
it doesn't happen to everyone. It doesn't happen every time.
Okay.
And
honestly, 50 of them.
But the only time it happened to me was when I wore synthetic.
I don't need to hear that your life story.
You brought this up.
Also, nobody was wearing shorts. I understand that we're clearly not in the athleisure world. They couldn't afford it. But you're telling me that nobody cut off?
Because it was cold too.
Okay.
The weather was...
I would have worn shorts and bundled up on top. There are little bits of it that I just was like, I don't know about this. Well, clearly I did. I cried like 3 times.
Aw.
But then I still was like, cut him into some shorts, kids. You know? Anyway.
I was okay with that. So the other thing I did hear of an interview I guess it was an interview with Stephen King, how he wanted to make sure that the violence in this movie was actually shown, which I thought was a very interesting perspective, right?
Okay.
Because he was, the quote was something to the effect, he doesn't like violence in other movies where they not glorify it, but make it sort of palatable.
Desensitized.
Desensitized is a good way to say it, right? That takes it away from, this is a very difficult thing. This is traumatic. And the fact that the very first scene, when the first kid goes down, his head is completely blown open.
Yeah.
Now, I can understand how somebody might take that and get, into watching that, which is disturbing in its own right. But I thought it was very important for that to happen throughout this movie.
I thought that was very interesting, and it's something that I, unrelated, but you bringing that up made me think of it. Another interview, not to like toot my own horn, but when I interviewed Joe Wright.
Well, you did go to TIFF,
This wasn't at TIFF. But I interviewed Joe Wright about his show about Mussolini, and Mussolini was kind of instrumental in using violence in this different way, and how that like became intrinsically tied with the rise of fascism in Italy and yada yada yada. Fantastic show, everyone should watch it. But I asked, like, that was one of the questions that I asked him of, like, as a filmmaker, you are doing a very similar thing that like Mussolini did, of choosing when should violence be shown on screen. And I just thought it was a very interesting conversation that we had. Go look it up, tvobsessive.com. But no, I agree. I think that they use it sparingly in smart parts. And like with the few boys who were like, don't watch me as I die, you didn't see it. Like it's far in the background.
Right.
And I think that was smart, because another version of this movie I feel like would have really just amped it up for the sake of showing you blood and guts.
Right. And they didn't treat it trivially.
No.
That's for sure.
No.
All right, so I guess we're pretty much done here.
Yeah, you've been yapping.
I've been yapping. Do some editing.
Oh, gosh. Okay, what do you want to rate it out of?
I think anything we rate it out of, I think we'll just go with 1 to 5, because anything else seems like we're not treating it respectfully.
Okay.
So I'll give it a 4.8.
Oh, 4.8?
Yes. You know me, I can't give anything a 5.
Clearly not. I'll give it a 4. I feel good about a 4.
Okay.
All right. We're back.
Night, Tina.
Good night. That's it for this week's episode of Movies with My Dad. You can find all of our episodes on movieswithmydad.com or the streaming platform of your choosing. You can also send us an email at movieswithmydadpod@gmail.com. My dad is desperate to hear from you. You can find me, Tina, on Blue Sky at Tina Kakadelis, or on Letterboxd at Tina_DOCX. You can find my dad at the local Lowe's. Tune in next week when we head back to the movies.